Abraham Lincoln on the penny. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, is honored on the penny for his leadership during the Civil War, a time when the country was deeply divided. He is remembered for keeping the Union together and working to end slavery with the Emancipation Proclamation. Lincoln's journey from growing up in a small log cabin to becoming president shows the American idea that hard work and determination can lead to success. Lincoln was known for his honesty, fairness, and strong belief in equality. In his famous Gettysburg Address, he reminded the nation of its commitment to freedom and democracy, saying that the government should be of the people, by the people, for the people. His image on the penny represents his connection to ordinary Americans. Just as the penny is used every day, Lincoln's legacy is a constant reminder of his efforts to unite the country and promote justice during one of its most difficult times. Thomas Jefferson on the nickel. The nickel, introduced in 1938, features Jefferson's profile on the obverse side. Jefferson symbolizes a lifelong dedication to knowledge. The third president of the United States is known for his famous quote, "I cannot live without books." This passion for learning led him to amass a personal library that would later become the foundation for the Library of Congress. Jefferson's intellectual pursuits were matched by his political achievements. As the primary author of the Declaration of Independence, he played a crucial role in articulating the values of liberty and democracy that would shape the nation. His advocacy for education, religious freedom, and democratic ideals became foundational principles of American society. Franklin D. Roosevelt on the dime. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, is remembered for his powerful declaration, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." This statement encapsulates his approach to leadership during times of crisis, particularly the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt's presidency is characterized by resilience and adaptability, as he implemented the New Deal to combat economic hardship and guided the nation through global conflict. Despite battling polio since 1921, Roosevelt's commitment to social reform and public health remained unwavering. His founding of the March of Dimes charity, specifically aimed at fighting polio, exemplifies this dedication. The dime, featuring Roosevelt's profile, serves as a lasting tribute to his efforts in combating the disease that personally affected him. Roosevelt's leadership style emphasized hope and action, which proved vital in rallying the American public during challenging times. His tenure is notable for uniting the country during two of its most significant crises, embodying the values of resilience and social reform that continue to resonate in American society. George Washington on the quarter. George Washington, the first president of the United States, famously declared, "I had rather be on my farm than be emperor of the world." This statement encapsulates his commitment to civic duty over personal ambition. What motivated the leader on the quarter to step away from power when he could have ruled indefinitely? Washington's presidency was characterized by his leadership during the formative years of the nation. Unanimously elected in 1789 and served 2 terms, setting a precedent for future presidents. His decision to step down after 2 terms established a tradition of a 2-term limit, which was later codified in the 22nd Amendment. John F. Kennedy on the $50. This president's appearance on a coin was as swift as his rise to power was meteoric. John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, is featured on the $50 coin, introduced in 1964, just months after his assassination. Kennedy's presidency, though tragically short, left an indelible mark on American history and culture. Kennedy's inaugural address set the tone for his leadership with the famous quote, "Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country." This call to civic engagement and service reflects the ideals of youth and progress that characterized his administration. Kennedy's presidency was marked by significant initiatives that continue to shape American society today. Among his notable achievements, Kennedy established the Peace Corps, promoting international cooperation and understanding. He also set the ambitious goal of landing a man on the moon, inspiring a generation to push the boundaries of innovation and scientific exploration. His efforts to advance civil rights laid important groundwork for future progress in equality and social justice. The Kennedy $50 serves as a lasting tribute to a president who embodied forward-thinking leadership and challenged the nation to achieve great feats. Its swift introduction following his death underscores the profound impact Kennedy had on the American psyche and his enduring legacy of progress and innovation. George Washington on the $1 bill. The image of Washington on the $1 bill is based on Gilbert Stuart's Athenaeum portrait, one of the most recognized depictions of him. The design of the $1 bill has remained largely unchanged since its introduction, making it one of the oldest currency designs still in circulation. Washington's presence on U.S. currency symbolizes the foundational values of leadership, integrity, and civic duty that he embodied. His refusal to seek absolute power set a democratic precedent, and his farewell address remains a vital part of American political tradition. Washington's appearance on the $1 bill underscores his role as the father of the nation and his enduring legacy in American history and governance. Thomas Jefferson on the $2 bill. Thomas Jefferson's presence on the $2 bill reflects his role as a key figure in American history. As the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, he laid out the nation's core ideals of liberty, equality, and democracy. His eloquent defense of individual rights helped define America's identity and its commitment to personal freedoms. As the third president of the United States, Jefferson oversaw the Louisiana Purchase in 1803, which doubled the size of the country and cemented its position as an emerging power. His visionary leadership in expanding the nation's territory showcased his diplomatic acumen and bold decision-making. Jefferson was also a champion of education. His founding of the University of Virginia demonstrated his dedication to creating institutions that promote learning and intellectual growth. His advocacy for the separation of church and state, seen in his Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom, laid the foundation for religious liberty in America. Though still legal tender, the $2 bill is rarely used today, adding to its unique status. Jefferson's appearance on this bill honors his lasting contributions to the nation's founding principles, territorial expansion, and intellectual development. Abraham Lincoln on the $5 bill. The $5 bill portrait of Lincoln recognizes his profound impact on American history, particularly his efforts to uphold the nation's core principles of liberty and equality. As the 16th president, Lincoln navigated the country through its greatest internal conflict, the Civil War, preserving the Union and striving to heal a deeply divided nation. His Emancipation Proclamation was a groundbreaking step towards abolishing slavery, marking a significant shift in America's moral and legal landscape. His inclusion on the $5 bill serves as a reminder of his tireless dedication to justice, unity, and the principles of democracy, making him one of the most revered figures in U.S. history. Lincoln's face on the bill is a tribute to his unwavering commitment to preserving the nation and his efforts to advance equality for all citizens. Alexander Hamilton on the $10 bill. Alexander Hamilton's appearance on the $10 bill is proof of his enduring influence on the American financial and political systems. As the first Secretary of the Treasury, Hamilton played a central role in establishing the foundational structures that still support the U.S. economy today. His vision for a strong, centralized government with a robust financial system was crucial in stabilizing the new nation's economy after the Revolutionary War. Beyond his role in economic policy, Hamilton was a fierce advocate for a strong federal government. His contributions to the Federalist Papers helped shape the U.S. Constitution, ensuring that the new nation would have a stable and effective governing framework. His debates with Thomas Jefferson over the role of government have defined American political discourse for centuries, with Hamilton championing a powerful federal government and Jefferson advocating for states' rights. Hamilton's legacy as one of America's most influential founding fathers, particularly in economics and governance, is what earned him a place on the $10 bill. His foresight in establishing a strong, resilient financial system continues to influence U.S. economic policies to this day, and his life story, rising from humble beginnings to shaping a nation, embodies the American dream. Andrew Jackson on the $20 bill. Not all faces on U.S. money are viewed equally through the lens of history. One president's policies were so divisive that plans are underway to replace him with a civil rights icon. Andrew Jackson, the 7th President of the United States, is featured on the $20 bill. His presidency is characterized by populist appeal and the expansion of voting rights for white men, which significantly shifted American politics at the time. Jackson's famous quote, "One man with courage makes a majority," reflects his belief in strong individual leadership. However, Jackson's legacy is highly controversial due to his implementation of policies that led to the forced relocation of Native Americans, known as the Trail of Tears. This dark chapter in American history has cast a long shadow over Jackson's presidency and his representation on currency. Additionally, Jackson's strong opposition to the National Bank, which he referred to as a den of vipers and thieves, remains a point of contention. The Obama administration announced plans to replace Jackson on the $20 bill with Harriet Tubman, a decision that reflects changing societal values and a push for greater representation of women and people of color in American history. This move illustrates the ongoing reassessment of historical figures' contributions to the nation and the evolving nature of who we choose to honor on our currency. Would the deadline of December 31, 2030 be for the issuance of the $20 bill bearing the likeness of Harriet Tubman, Ulysses S. Grant on the $50 bill? The $50 bill belongs to a man who viewed war as a last resort, yet became one of America's most successful military commanders. His presidency was marked by efforts to heal a divided nation and protect the rights of freed slaves. Ulysses S. Grant, the 18th President of the United States, once said, "I have never advocated war except as a means of peace." This quote encapsulates his approach to both military strategy and political leadership. Grant's role as a Union general during the Civil War was pivotal in securing victory for the North. His military acumen and perseverance were instrumental in defeating the Confederate forces, ultimately accepting the surrender of General Robert E. Lee. After the war, Grant's presidency focused on the challenging task of reuniting the nation during the Reconstruction era. During his time in office, Grant championed civil rights legislation aimed at protecting the freedoms of former slaves. His efforts to promote equality and unity in the face of significant opposition reflect the values of perseverance and justice that his presidency sought to uphold. Grant's appearance on the $50 bill serves as a reminder of his contributions to both military victory and the ongoing struggle for civil rights in America. Benjamin Franklin on the $100 bill. Benjamin Franklin, a founding father whose legacy encompasses diplomacy, science, and financial acumen, graces the $100 bill. Franklin's famous quote, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest," reflects his lifelong commitment to education and intellectual growth. Franklin's contributions to American history are multifaceted. As a diplomat, his role in securing French support during the American Revolution was crucial for its success. His innovative spirit led to significant inventions and scientific discoveries, particularly in the field of electricity. Franklin's establishment of the first public library in America and his efforts in founding the University of Pennsylvania demonstrate his dedication to public education and intellectual advancement. The choice of Franklin for the $100 bill is significant as it connects to his financial advice and contributions to American prosperity. His image on the highest value circulating note symbolizes the wisdom and pragmatism that have become hallmarks of American economic thought. Franklin's presence on this bill serves as a reminder of the value placed on innovation, diplomacy, and financial acumen in American culture. William McKinley on the $500 bill. William McKinley, the 25th President of the United States, led America into the 20th century as an emerging world power and adorns the $500 bill. McKinley's presidency was characterized by significant industrial progress and economic growth. He played a pivotal role in the Spanish-American War, which resulted in the United States acquiring territories such as Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines. This expansion of American influence globally marked a shift in the nation's geopolitical standing. During McKinley's tenure, the United States experienced substantial economic advancement, laying the groundwork for America's global economic influence. His economic policies contributed to the U.S. becoming an industrial powerhouse, reflecting the values of economic prosperity and global leadership. McKinley's appearance on the discontinued $500 bill symbolizes the economic growth and industrial progress that occurred during his presidency. The choice to feature him on such a high denomination note aligns with the significant economic developments of his era. Grover Cleveland on the $1,000 bill. Cleveland's political career defied convention. He is the only U.S. president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. His motto, "A public office is a public trust," encapsulated his approach to governance. Cleveland's presidency was characterized by his commitment to integrity and responsible governance. He gained a reputation for honesty and actively worked to combat political corruption during his time in office. This dedication to ethical leadership set him apart in an era often marred by political scandals. A firm believer in fiscal responsibility, Cleveland emphasized limited government spending and prudent financial management. His economic policies reflected a conservative approach, prioritizing balanced budgets and sound monetary practices. Cleveland's nonpartisan leadership style focused on addressing the nation's needs rather than adhering to party politics. The decision to feature Cleveland on the $1,000 bill in 1928 highlighted his legacy in fiscal policy and economic management. Although this high-denomination note is no longer in circulation, it serves as a testament to Cleveland's impact on American economic thinking and his enduring reputation for fiscal prudence. James Madison on the $5,000 bill. Madison played a pivotal role in shaping the United States government. He was instrumental in drafting the Constitution, advocating for a strong central government to replace the Articles of Confederation. His contributions to the Federalist Papers, alongside Alexander Hamilton and John Jay, were crucial in persuading states to ratify the Constitution. Perhaps Madison's most enduring legacy is his work on the Bill of Rights. These first 10 amendments to the Constitution protect individual liberties and remain fundamental to American democracy today. Madison's emphasis on checks and balances within the government structure has proven to be a cornerstone of the U.S. political system. The $5,000 was discontinued due to lack of use. Woodrow Wilson on the $100,000 bill. Wilson's currency portrait symbolizes America's emergence as a global power and peacekeeper. Woodrow Wilson, the 28th President of the United States, appeared on the $100,000 gold certificate, a bill used exclusively for official transactions between Federal Reserve banks. Wilson's presidency was marked by significant events, including World War I, during which he proposed the League of Nations, a precursor to the United Nations. Wilson's vision for international cooperation was rooted in his belief that democratic principles and collective security could prevent future conflicts. His administration oversaw critical reforms, including the establishment of the Federal Reserve, aimed at stabilizing the U.S. financial system. This commitment to economic reform and stability reflected Wilson's broader goals for both domestic and international affairs. The League of Nations, championed by Wilson, was intended to maintain world peace through international cooperation. Although the United States ultimately did not join the League, Wilson's efforts laid the groundwork for future global organizations dedicated to peacekeeping and diplomacy.